My girlfriend cheated with multiple people. It had been 5 years. 5 years of Sunday morning pancakes, shared Netflix passwords, and the comfortable silence that comes from knowing someone inside and out. Sarah and we were us, I thought. The first crack appeared, hairline and almost invisible, when Sarah started working late. Marketing, she said, was brutal this quarter. New campaign launch, I got it. I'm in tech, I understand crunch time. Except this felt different. The exhaustion in her eyes seemed performative. Less I'm tired from working, more I want you to think I'm tired from working. Liam, my best friend since kindergarten, unintentionally fanned the flames. Hey, saw Sarah downtown last night, he mentioned casually over beers one Friday. At the Drunken Parrot. Didn't see you though. My stomach did a weird flip. The Drunken Parrot? That's kinda far from her office, isn't it? Yeah, figured you guys were doing date night or something. I forced a smile. Nah, she said she had a work thing. Probably ended up there afterwards. I texted Sarah, hey babe, Liam saw you at the Drunken Parrot last night, hope the work thing went well. Her reply was almost immediate, oh yeah, Chloe suggested we grab a drink after. It was so loud, didn't think you'd want to come anyway, missed you Chloe. Sarah's work friend. I'd met her a few times, seemed nice enough, harmless. I told Liam the story about Chloe and the after-work drinks. He just shrugged. Maybe, just seemed for a work thing. You know Sarah, she hates loud bars. I dismissed it. Liam was just being Liam, always looking out for me. Then came the earring. A single, sparkly thing tangled in the sheets on my side of the bed. Definitely not Sarah's style. She favored understated elegance, not flashy rhinestones. Hey, is this yours? I asked, holding it out to her over breakfast. She barely glanced at it. Oh, that must be Chloe's. She lost one the last time she was over. Keep it, I'll give it back to her next time I see her. Except Chloe hadn't been over in months. David, the bartender at our local, the corner booth, added another log to the fire. Hey Ethan, he said one evening, sliding my usual IPA across the bar. Haven't seen you and Sarah in here together lately. Yeah, she's been swamped with work. David polished a glass, his expression thoughtful. She's been in a few times recently. Seems different. More outgoing, with different people. He caught my eye, a flicker of concern in his gaze. Just looking out for you, man. You guys always seemed solid. Different people. What the hell did that mean? The inconsistencies piled up. Sarah's alibis started to crumble under the slightest scrutiny. The late nights stretched later, the work trips became more frequent. I started feeling like a stranger in my own home, watching her from across the room, wondering who this person was. I confided in Liam again, the anxiety gnawing at me. I don't know, man, something's definitely off. I feel like she's lying to me. Then confront her, Liam said, his voice firm. Don't let this eat you up. Just ask her straight up. I hesitated. Part of me didn't want to know the truth. The thought of Sarah, my Sarah, being unfaithful was unbearable. The final blow came in the form of a text message. Sarah was in the shower. Her phone, usually face down, was lying screen up on the bedside table. A message popped up. Mark, work can't stop thinking about last night. You were incredible. Mark was her boss. A balding, middle-aged guy with a reputation for being a shark. And his name was on her phone as Mark Work. She never did that. She just put the names. And why was there a password on her phone now? She never used to have one. My blood ran cold. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. I waited until she was dressed and getting ready for another late night. Who's Mark? I asked, trying to keep my voice neutral. She froze. Mark, he's my boss, you know that. Yeah, but why is he texting you about how incredible you were last night? Her face flushed. What are you talking about? You went through my phone, I saw a text. Don't try to deny it. Just tell me the truth, Sarah. She stammered, her eyes darting around the room. It's nothing. It's just work stress. We were just venting. Venting about how incredible you were. Don't insult my intelligence. The dam broke. Tears streamed down her face. Okay, fine, yes, something happened. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. A mistake with your boss and the password on your phone and all the late nights. How long has this been going on? She wouldn't meet my eye. It just happened. We were working late and one thing led to another. It's only happened a few times. A few times, so. You're admitting you cheated on me. She sobbed. I'm sorry, Ethan. I didn't want to hurt you, but you did. You destroyed everything. I couldn't control my rage. I started pacing, my hands clenched into fists. Was it just Mark, or is there someone else? David, the bartender, mentioned you've been with different people. She flinched. There's someone else at work too. And in someone I met on a business trip. The air was sucked out of my lungs. The world tilted on its axis. It wasn't just one mistake. It was a pattern. A betrayal so deep it felt like I was drowning. Multiple people. I choked out, the words barely audible. You cheated on me with multiple people. She just stood there, crying, unable to meet my gaze. Get out, I said, my voice trembling. Get out of my apartment. Get out of my life. She didn't argue. She packed a bag, her shoulders shaking with sobs. As she walked out the door, she turned back, her eyes filled with a mixture of guilt and defiance. I wasn't happy, Ethan. You were always so focused on your work. I felt neglected. Her words were like a knife twisting in the wound. Neglected. I had worked my ass off to build a life for us, to give her everything she wanted. And this was how she repaid me. The apartment felt huge and empty after she left. The silence was deafening. I sank onto the couch, the reality of what had happened crashing down on me. 5 years. Gone. Shattered. Reduced to nothing by her lies and deceit. Liam arrived an hour later, armed with beer and a grim expression. He didn't say much, just sat beside me in silence, letting me process the devastation. I'm gonna kill him, he finally said, breaking the silence. I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch, Mark. It's not just him, I said, my voice flat. There were others. Liam's jaw dropped. Others? What the hell, man? I spent the next few days in a haze of anger, grief, and disbelief. I replayed every moment of our relationship in my head, searching for clues, for signs I had missed. I ran into Emily, a mutual friend, at the grocery store. Hey, Ethan, she said, giving me a hug. How are you holding up? I heard about what happened with Sarah. It's been rough, I admitted. Emily hesitated. She told me she'd been unhappy for a while. She just didn't know how to tell you. Unhappy? She never said a word to me. Never. Another layer of betrayal, another lie. I started piecing together the timeline of the affairs. Sarah had been living a double life for months, maybe even years. The realization made my stomach churn. How could I have been so blind, so naive? I found myself driving past her office building, staring up at the windows, imagining her with Mark, with the others. The rage bubbled inside me, threatening to consume me. I knew I couldn't let this go. I couldn't just walk away and pretend it never happened. I needed to do something. But what? I thought about confronting Mark, about exposing Sarah's behavior to his wife, to the HR department at her company. I even considered hiring a lawyer, exploring my legal options. I spent hours researching online, reading about revenge tactics, about ways to make her pay for what she had done. But nothing felt right. Nothing felt like it would truly ease the pain, the humiliation, the sense of betrayal. One evening, I found myself sitting at my computer, staring at Sarah's LinkedIn profile. Her picture smiled back at me, a picture of a woman I no longer recognized. I clicked on the connect button, then quickly canceled it. That wasn't the answer. But then an idea began to form. A plan, not for revenge, but for justice. For making sure she couldn't do this to anyone else. I started researching the company where Mark worked. I found his wife's name, her contact information. I found the email address for the HR department. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, ready to type, ready to unleash the truth, ready to potentially destroy Sarah's life. But I hesitated. Was this really what I wanted? Would this make me feel better, or would it just drag me down into the mud with her? I closed my laptop, a knot of uncertainty twisting in my stomach. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I couldn't let her get away with this. Not without some kind of reckoning. The hurt was still too raw, the anger too intense. I needed to decide. What kind of person was I going to be? A victim, or someone who fought back? Someone who sought revenge, or someone who sought justice? The answer, I knew, would determine the course of my life. And right now, staring out at the city lights, I had absolutely no idea what that answer was.